Alrighty, like I said, this problem number 4 is a little different, but it starts off the same. So let's start this problem off by labeling my 3 sides. Here's my hypotenuse. My shortest side is my shortest side. And that leaves this up here, my long. So I was given piece of information for my long side. So I'm going to go highlight that and write it over here about it. So my long side is equal to 9. And then again, the same steps apply. You're going to go replace the word long with the rule for the long side. Well, up here, we know that in a 30, 60, 90 triangle, the long leg is equal to x times the square root of 3. X times the square root of 3. So my long side, x times the square root of 3 is equal to 9. I replace the word long with the rule. And I need to solve for x. Notice I do not have the square root of 3 on both sides anymore. I cannot cancel out the square root of 3's. I need to do something else. So I need to resort to my basic algebra skills to get x by itself. So I hope you notice that that is x times the square root of 3. And to get x by itself, I'm going to reverse the multiplication by dividing. And what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. So I'm going to divide both sides by the square root of 3. And then rewrite what you have. I have x equals 9 divided by the square root of 3. And yes, you do have x by itself, but I taught you yesterday that you are not allowed to have a square root in the denominator. You are not allowed to have a square root in the bottom of your fraction. So you need to rationalize the denominator, and you do that by multiplying both sides of the fraction by the square root of the number that's in the bottom. So you're going to multiply both sides of your fraction by the issue. The issue is that square root of 3. And then clean that up. So you do have x equals 9 times the square root of 3. Remember, 9 times the square root of 3 does not clean up. So we just write them right next to each other. And the square root of 3 times the square root of 3, those square roots are going to cancel each other out. If you don't believe me, you can check in your calculator. The square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is just 3. We're just left with the number that's underneath the radical. Now you do have x by itself. You don't have any rational numbers in the denominator. So you are now able to do the last step. And your last step is you want to check and see if the two numbers on the outside simplify. So you have, this does simplify. 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I have x equals 3 root 3. 3 times the square root of 3. This simplifies to 3, and I still have that square root. Now, I have x. I have it by itself. I didn't break any rules. So I am going to go find my other side. So I know that I'm missing my short side, and I know that the rule for my short side is that it equals to x. So I know that my short side is going to equal 3 times the square root of 3. And then I need to find my hypotenuse. My hypotenuse is a little different again. So let's pay attention here. To find my hypotenuse, I'm going to set it equal to the rule. So the hypotenuse rule is that it's equal to 2x. That's the rule for my hypotenuse. Hypotenuse is equal to 2x. And I'm going to substitute what x is because I found x. X is equal to 3 times the square root of 3. Now the algebra for this is I just needs a little explaining. In order to multiply 2 times 3 square root 3, you only can clean up the outside numbers. So you're going to multiply the outside numbers. 2 times 3 root 3, I can only multiply those outside numbers. 2 times 3 is 6, and I didn't do anything with that square root of 3. So my hypotenuse is equal to 6 times the square root of 3. So I had to multiply it by 2. I'm not going to show you how to do we skipped number 5 in class. We did number 6, but I had the students try it themselves. So I would like for you to try number 6 yourselves. But I will give you the answer that you should have got. You would have gotten that your x should have been equal to 4 root 3. And your hypotenuse would have been equal to root 3. If you did not get these or not sure how I got these, please pause this and let me know. Send me a picture of your work and I will happily help you. After you get the notes, please finish your target D, go formative, and turn it in. Let me know if you need any help.